And
Mm.
if you haven't put any thought into what to get dad, I can tell you as a dad, and I can tell you these guys as dads can tell you, please put some thought into it, right? I can't stand another tie, although, especially it'd be okay if they were good looking ties, but they're not a lot of times, right? Or a pair of socks because I'm out of socks or whatever. So today we're going to talk about tech gifts you can get dad, things that dads like. And so since we're tech guys here on the show and we're dads here on the show, we're going to give you some of our faves to kind of ponder on. And the good news is it's only Wednesday, right, guys? We can still make it for Amazon for Saturday, so maybe sooner. But before we get started on that, welcome to the reboot. I'm Jim Gass, and we are business owners and here to help you reconsider the various things in your business, like bad ties for dad, right? To improve your business in any area, technology. We like to do fun topics like this. So today we're going to talk about how to improve getting gifts for your dad. By the way, we'll do a Mother's Day show next year on a very similar topic. So I'm joined today. Like I said, I am Jim Gast with Splicing Consulting here in Cincinnati. And on my right over there, we've got
Brandon Bowers with Zentech Data Systems, working out of my warehouse today. And also, I want to make a comment. Why is it, not to go off on a little rant here, but Mother's Day always gets the spotlight to Father's Day? I feel like we're so overshadowed by Mother's Day. So much time and effort and, marketing and everything you see. What about the dads? What's going on with the dads? Come on.
Right. We're representing today.
I'm going to have to disagree with you, Brandon.
You're going to disagree?
Because I want to stay married.
Yeah.
My wife isn't going to watch this today, so be quiet.
Well, it's okay. She should watch this because this is about buying you a gift, right? Moms get all the attention, in my opinion, as they deserve, right? They do the delivery. The guys just stand back there and like,
that's true.
So
yeah, they actually do a lot for raising the kids.
Yeah, a lot more than I did. So Dave, you want to introduce yourselves?
Dave Luft with LDD Consulting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
And I'm Dave Groot with Windstar Technologies out of Culpeper, Virginia. And I got to say, while we're talking about Mother's Day for a second, I made the serious mistake on my wife's, one of the third or fourth Mother's Day of thinking that what mothers wanted on Mother's Day was to spend the day with their children. And so a buddy of mine and I went fishing, and we left all of our kids with his wife and my wife at the house. And they were upset about that. And I didn't understand. I thought I was giving them what they wanted as mothers, right? But
yeah,
I learned a long time ago. My go-to is the moms all go and have their day out at a spa. They get a massage, a facial, and everything.
Okay.
And then at the end of the day, maybe family dinner, kids are there, everything like that. But
yeah,
right.
On Mother's Day, I clean house really good all day, right? And do the laundry, and just stay away. Make
so
sure
on
that
Father's Day, does your wife wash the car and clean the garage or something, or does she mow the grass, or what does she do for you on Father's Day?
Okay, just mute him now. We're gonna get in
trouble.
trouble.
Yeah, we're done with that, Mr. Green. You're gonna get us in trouble. I'm married 25 years. I'm coming up on my 25th anniversary. I'd like to make it to it in 2 months. So,
I got 29.
Yeah, actually, you know what? So we're talking about gadgets.
I know, right? Father's Day.
We're talking about gadgets, and it's interesting for Father's Day. I used to have, don't laugh, a Pontiac Aztec. I love that car, right? And if you guys don't know what it is, please don't go look it up. So the one thing about the Pontiac Aztec is it used to have a cooler as the center console, which was really, really cool. Mine didn't come with it. She got me that for Father's Day one year. Probably one of the best gifts for this geek that I ever got in my life. And you know what? If you think about it, it took a lot of thought. And that's really, don't you want whatever it is? And it doesn't really matter what it is. But isn't that, as dads, isn't it just you want people to put thought into it rather than just be impulsive? Right?
I mean, I kind of have I want thought put into it, but I honestly, I don't know. Dads are different, I think. Like, a lot of them don't even necessarily care if they get a gift, right? I mean, what do guys do when they need something?
They go
You
get
buy it.
There you go. Okay. So
ask their wives if they can
what
buy
is it that a dad needs?
Nothing, because he's already bought it.
That's what I'm trying to get at. So
Right.
you know, I don't know, but I do like my tech gadgets. I'm not, you know, so if you want to buy me one, that's cool. Just make sure it's not one I already have.
Why don't you roll off with what you got there, Dave?
Well, two of the best things that I have, and I have a wish for a third thing, and I know this is going to kind of move us back a little bit, but the Grillbot has been really beneficial. I got for a Father's Day, which is really just a little robot kind of thing that has 3 rolling copper bristle brushes and a rechargeable battery, and you hit the button, and for 10 minutes it just spins them at random. You know, so it moves the little bot across the grill and it's scraping everything. It does a really good job, and you set it up for 10 minutes, you walk away, you come back, and now it's clean. So that's been really good. And then wireless headphones in today's world are a big thing. We very much
for the computer,
well,
right?
For the computer and for your mobile, right? So like the headphones I'm wearing right now are Bluetooth, and they have a little wireless adapter for the computer too. So they can be connected to 2 devices at a time, and you can switch between those 2 devices as far as what you want to use. And it just, they, you know, with all these online meetings and webinars and everything else that we've been doing for the last year, it's been a lifesaver. But more importantly, you know, they're comfortable. I can listen to some music. I can do, you know, I enjoy them. They're light. In most cases, I'll tell you, it's crazy. I don't even realize they're on. And this whole working remotely thing, we got to have a reboot on this someday, because I had a client on a meeting the other day. I had one of my techs, me, and a client in a meeting. And we left that meeting with, we needed to send somebody to their office that day to do something. And I immediately just assumed my tech was going to do it. Problem is my tech was working from home that day. And it totally didn't even cross my mind that he wasn't sitting in the office with me when we had this meeting. Like, I mean, I kid you not. Like, I got off of this meeting, and 20 minutes later, I panicked because I was like, oh my gosh, nobody's going there because he can't. He's thinking I'm going. You know what I mean? Just like, but that's how well this all works. Is all I'm trying to say. So I'm leaving.
One thing I noticed about the headphones you got on, and share that model with everybody, because what I like about the ones you have on is there's no boom mic.
Right. It very well, no boom mic, and you can hear me pretty good, right? I mean, the quality of the sound is pretty nice. And then the noise canceling, so vacuuming, babies crying, dogs barking, those kinds of things, not an element. And it's the Plantronics, we call them the Voyager 8200 UC is what that is.
The UC, Unified Communications.
Unified Communications, Voyager 8200, made by Plantronics or Poly, because Poly is the name of the company that.
And it works with Microsoft Teams?
It is a Teams certified piece of equipment, but it works with Zoom and all the other ones as well. It works on my mobile. No compatibility issues anywhere. But it's got, you know, like when somebody calls me on Teams, I can just tap the side of my headphone. It answers the call. You know, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty nice.
I like that one a lot. And the Roomba for the grill. That's an awesome.
Roomba for the grill. Yep.
Roomba for what's that called again? Grillbot.
Grillbot. Yep.
Grillbot.
Yep.
Love it. All right,
I'd like to tack onto the headphones thing for a second, because I love those headphones. I want a pair of those headphones. But, you know, when you want to be mobile, to me, nothing beats having like some AirPod Pros. Someone gifted me AirPod Pros a while back, and I said I wasn't going to buy them at the time when they came out. The noise canceling on them is awesome. Every time I'm on a flight, I no longer have these massive Bose headphones that give me a headache after I'm wearing them for a while. Like, I have little AirPods in, and I hear nothing. Go to sleep, listen to music, whatever it is. I think they work phenomenal. The biggest issue with AirPods is losing them, right? And so at some point, I got a tile attached to my AirPods so I don't lose the case. But they work awesome. That was one of the best gifts somebody gave me, I feel like.
Or putting them in the washer on accident because one was in your pocket.
That's not good. Yeah.
Now, see, I'm going to say that sounds like an excellent gift. for a father under 40.
Under
Why
40.
do you say under 40?
Well, you can't wear AirPod earbuds with hearing aids.
That's
right?
true.
And
That's
so that's where this is, that's Dave telling you a little bit about Dave.
When I was thinking about this, I just, I started thinking about what have people given me that I really made a lot of use of.
Yeah.
And I liked a lot. And those by far, I think, is one of my favorite gifts that I've gotten. And I use all the time. Like, I was surprised how good the noise canceling was. And I've had the Bose noise canceling headsets before. I still have them, but it's just, they're such a hassle, right? They're so big to carry around mobile.
So
I think those earbuds are really great. I do.
I'm going to add on top of that, actually. I'm going to stay with the same theme, actually. So the thing that I got a problem with is that I can't, these things are too big for when I run. Okay. Right. I can't run with those on. Plus people would probably laugh at me more than they already do. The pods, they're not going to stay in my ear. Right. And so I had been looking for a solution until now. And, even right now, if when I go running, I have over the ear wired headphones that stick in like a pod in my ear, right? And I've had them for a long time. I know the technology's out there, and so I looked. Sure enough, now they have the kind that have hooks on them, and so they're Bluetooth, they're wireless earbuds that have over the ear. So it's not like a big thing that's over the ear. It's a little loop over the ear that hooks onto the ear. And what's really great about that type of thing, whether it's a Bose or whether it's Plantronics or whether it's I think that they even have a Beats actually. They're all waterproof, so when you sweat, okay, they don't get ruined. And because they all hang over your ear, they don't fall off. Right? Now, I'll tell you that if my family got them for me, but I built a nice Amazon list so they could choose from it. Hint, hint. Nikki that's watching it, hopefully, so that's mine. And I'm like you guys, I won't wear that, but I won't wear those, right? If I'm in the office, I wouldn't wear those I wouldn't wear them in the airplane either, Brandon, because I like that silence of something over the ear too. My kids, they all have the AirPods. They all love them.
The noise canceling on the AirPod Pros, though, as soon as you turn it on, like there's a normal, or there's like 3 levels you can set on the phone. As soon as you set it to max or whatever the standard one is, you really don't hear anything on the airplane anymore. Yeah.
So when I'm running, it's also on the bike path. So I want to make sure I hear on the left.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll see about the noise canceling. What if they get me something?
I agree with Jim on the headphone piece, that the over the ear, because I have a pair of those that are Bluetooth and you can take phone calls and stuff on them also, and they're Sony and they work really well. But like you said, you can run with them because they're over your ear.
Yeah, that and you know what? They actually show pictures of people climbing mountains and stuff like that, like I'm going to climb mountains. But you figure if they're advertising, and hopefully they've tested it. My boys always with the AirPods. They play basketball, and when they're warming up, I see these kids' AirPods hitting the floor all the time. But if you're stationary, those are perfect. Love them. So
hey, I started thinking about, because I was going to talk about this electric coffee mug, which is kind of cool. But I started thinking somebody gave me a really good gift that I use daily. So if anybody it's not necessarily super techy, but it's a gadget for a dad. So I think it works here. Someone gave me a Corvan, and a Corvan is a device that it has kind of a compressed air hookup. I don't remember what they call it, but basically it's got a needle at the end, and you put it in a wine bottle, and you can do single glasses of wine, and it keeps the bottle intact for 6+ months. So you could have a nice bottle of wine, have one glass whenever you want, mix and match. You don't have to have open a whole bottle for one person. And it's great. I use it all the time. I mean, obviously you need to like wine, but it's phenomenal. I can't recommend it enough.
That's low. That's kind of low tech, but still tech.
I've been doing that for a long time. I just buy it in the box, and you I put it in the fridge. It lasts every bit of 3 months. I mean,
that's not the same.
I'm just kidding.
So David, you got something for us? You were talking about something before we started the show today.
Which David?
David Love.
No, I like a fish finder, and some of the fish finders out there are pretty neat. I have a Humminbird one, and it's 3D, and it I guess it's good. I've never actually went down to the bottom of the lake to look and see if it's actually accurate or not. But you can, mark when you catch a fish, so you know to go back there next time. It tracks your whole path that you go on, so when you go back to that lake next time, you can see where you went. And
hey, really quick, Elena was asking in chat, and I didn't have a way to reply. It's called a Corvan, Elena.
Oh, thank you for Elena. We're totally missing your comments. Sorry. Oh, she was so nice.
Yeah, sorry about that, Dave.
That's a good name.
I didn't want to lose track.
So that fish finder sounds an awful lot like something that I've wanted to get but never have. Is a 3D heat, like a scope, right? Like where I can look out in the field and see where the animals are walking across the field at night. That's what I want. It's one of those.
Yeah.
Thermal imaging.
I've seen plenty of fish finders, but a 3D fish finder, I've never even heard of that, to be honest.
No, he wasn't talking about a 3D. I mean, mine is kind of 3D-ish. You can actually see the plants and stuff, but again, I don't know how accurate it is. And then you can actually tie it into the internet on wireless and upload the current structure of the lakes and stuff. So it'll update them and download them back again. So it's pretty cool.
Does it tell you like where other people have found fish and give you recommendations?
Like ways for fishing.
Yeah, that's called Google crowdsourcing, right? Yeah. How many people got their Android phone in their pocket? Yeah.
For your phone that can do that for sure.
Dude, first off, if I found a good spot, I don't want anybody else to know about that
I know.
spot. Are you kidding me? That would be the biggest flop, ways for fishing, right?
Yeah. All the guys show up in one place. Nobody wants to fish with everybody else.
Right. And you want to show them how much better you are than them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when we went somewhere fishing, David, right? That was a good time.
So I'd be over
how much better I was than you.
Saved your life.
I'd catch all the fish right here and put the pin up here, right?
It's just for your memory, Jim. So I know I'm 1 inch down from that spot. Yeah.
Totally funny.
I grew up in
I got a low tech one.
I didn't do a lot of fishing as a kid, but
actually,
it's a lot of fun now. I go out with my wife all the time. She helps me take the fish off the hook.
The next trolling motor I get, they have ones that you can just set the path on it, and it'll stay a certain distance away from the edge of the lake. And so it's kind of just goes for you, so you don't have to mess with it anymore. So there's some pretty neat stuff out there for fishing.
That again, one more topic, and David, you're
there you went, Mr. Group. We can't hear you. There you go.
Nope. The drones, we have drones, that fly around with cameras and stuff, and they got apps on them where you can set up a patrol. So like we live on 20 acres, and I can set the drone up, turn it on, and it goes out and flies the perimeter of the property, videos it all, and then comes back. And now I have a status of the property. So if we had a snowstorm, or if I want to look at my crops, or I want to, whatever, I can send the drone out and have it come back and give me that stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Ring will have that next. How much you want to bet? Watch, they will have that next. I got a pretty low tech one, actually. So again, I only have really one hobby, and it's running, right? And it's I do it really bad, but I do it, And I used to have a running belt where I'd strap it around me and stuff like that. And when you're running, it gets uncomfortable. I got my phone in it with my, with maybe my key or something like that. I found a pair, I think it's pronounced Padula, right? Shorts. They've literally got a center zipper pocket where you can put your key. I just take the remote and put my key fob in there and zip it up in the back. It's just a really small pocket. It's on the outside. And then underneath the short, they have the leggings, okay, and I don't mean that as women's leggings, but the athletic leggings, athletic underwear, if you will, built into the shorts, kind of like swim trunks, but they're for running.
Kind of like biking
biking shorts. Yeah, you go buy that material, right? And they have a phone pocket in that right underneath the shorts themselves. So now I'm like, I don't have to carry anything anymore. It's really great. Low tech, but if you do have a dad that's an athlete, that's something like that's fantastic. That's really made a difference in my running.
That is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
What was that called?
I think it's pronounced Padula. If you go to Amazon and just go men's running shorts 2-in-1, you'll find it. There's all kinds of different brands. It starts with a P.
Someone introduced a similar water bottle to me, but Ember has this coffee mug. I mean, I have tons of Yetis, right? And Yeti will keep your coffee warm for some time. But this Ember mug, it's got an integration to your cell phone. It's got Bluetooth, all this stuff to where it'll keep it warm at a specific temperature that you can set from your cell phone. And you just charge the coffee mug, I guess, once a night. I don't know what the battery time is on these things. I thought that was pretty cool. I was thinking like, that would be a neat gift if somebody gave it to me. I would use.
Well, you know what? That kind of beats the what's the one that keeps things cold and warm? The not Tervis, but what's the metal one?
The
Yeti.
Yeti. It kind of beats that in a way because it really is a coffee cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
And it'll keep it at the perfect temperature. So once you decide like what temperature you like your coffee, you have it in the memory, set it, and boom, it stays there until you finish the cup.
And what's the brand on that one?
That one's called Ember. It's about
Ember.
$100.
Ember.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you guys back on the? I'm back on the headphones again for a second. In 1979.
Oh my gosh.
We had a product called the Bone Phone. Does anybody
No idea
remember
what that
that?
is.
Well, I'm sure you don't, Brandon, because I don't even think you were born in 1979.
I didn't have one, but I remember hearing about it.
You didn't have one? Oh man. The Bone Phone. Look it up on the internet. It's basically it's like a scarf almost. It's made out of cloth. It's got some foam inside of it, but there's speakers at the end of each. And so it was like a pair of headphones, but you didn't have them on your head. And we used to wear them to school under our shirt. And then we would turn on the music, ever so slightly. It had a built-in radio tuner. Like it didn't connect to anything except for the radio. Like, I mean, that was the, but it was supposedly it would vibrate. And so you would get more sound. I mean, all of my friends, we all had them because we thought.
It used the bones and it used your bones to.
It was
to
the Bone Phone. Right?
I remember that. Yep.
Yeah.
Now I remember that. Hey, let's get out of here. Let's end
1979. Good year.
Man. Gas crisis, the gas lines. Yeah, that was great. Anyway, 18% interest in homes. Great year. So
savings and loan. Come on.
Right. No, in all seriousness, let's end on this last one. David Groover, I think you brought this up. And the reason that you didn't necessarily want one was because you had gotten rid of a whole bunch of stuff. You want to mention that one? You said your LPs.
Oh yeah, so the record player. I mean, if I still had my vinyl collection, I'd be all over one of those. Just because it is fun to go back to the nostalgic way of doing it, and there is, if you're an audiophile, then there is a difference, right? Yeah. They say that the vinyl is just you can't get that same reproduction out of a digital CD or any of that kind of stuff. I'm not that good at that, so I can't discern the difference, right? But there are people who swear by it. It would be fun.
You need time and space for that, though. Like it's a whole process.
Well, wait a minute.
But see, Brandon, that's the way the world used to be. Like, right. I'm sorry, this immediate satisfaction thing that we see in the last 15, 20 years. I mean, that is so unrealistic and not sustainable. And all of us are up for a really big disappointment someday because we're all thinking we should get everything we want right now. And I'm sorry, there's something like, I'm sorry, as a young man, joining the Columbia House Record Club for a penny and getting 13 records mailed to you. And then every month you got to choose from a catalog of what was coming out new. I mean, guys, am I wrong?
No.
For now you get awesome for free.
They give you the 30 albums and then you just never do anything else. And then 2 years later you sign back up and get 30 more. Like, I mean, I'm telling you.
No, I signed. I was on it.
There was, that was the way that we did it. And that was part of the challenge, right? That was why you became the cult, because
right.
Man, this didn't come easy. This was something that you held in high regard. Sorry, I'm taking
boys.
over.
Look at that, Elena, right there. She totally agrees with that. You know, and talk. I think that's an awesome finish on that one, and here's why. David, I know you said you don't have your LPs. You know what? That's the gift that you can keep on building, collecting. And let me tell you something. My son got me one for Christmas or my birthday, can't remember. He was totally into it.
Sure.
Now my kids are buying me LPs, and they feel very rewarded, like they got me something that matters to me. And that's what you want.
I think that's what this whole show right here is supposed to encapsulate, right? Like we started this out with how many dads really care and they get what they need and they don't need another tie. But it's that knowing you enough to know what it is that's going to just blow your mind. Right?
Put some thought into it.
Yeah. It's not about cost. It's not about value. It's about appreciation. That's
right.
I will just mention one last thing. I know we're getting off, but about the appreciation and putting some thought into it. One of my favorite birthday gifts was a T-shirt somebody bought me. It was probably a $10 or $15 T-shirt, but it was something that they knew me. They knew stuff I liked, and it was like
hit home.
Joke type of thing. But exactly. It was perfect. So
last year, not this past year, 2020, but 2019. And I'm going to put something up on the screen, by the way, for Elena that she put on earlier that you guys are going to love. Okay. My wife bought me a Yellow Submarine Beatles t-shirt, stupid little iron on. Okay. I literally broke down in tears because she knew how much I love the Beatles. Right. She knows I like to get cool rock shirts, t-shirts. Right. And the fact that she put that thought into it and searched, and she knew when she got that, he's going to freaking love this. It wasn't like, I'll get this for him. He's going to freaking love this. I cried. I literally cried.
And you would have cried if she bought it at a yard sale for $1 or if she got it online for $40. Didn't matter.
Doesn't matter. All right. So Elena put this up there. We started the show kind of talking about Mother's Day. Guys, this is what Elena said about Mother's Day. Yeah, I thought about that as we were saying. Maybe earlier on, she wants that me day, but then it's no longer, you don't get to spend as much time with the kids. It becomes, I want to see them. So, well, listen, guys, I hope this is great for everybody that was watching. Elena, thanks for your comments. They were wonderful. Guys, great topic, great ideas. I really think we nailed it, and if we don't get great Father's Day gifts, this year for this one, I don't think we ever will. So,
and I think we should just cancel Father's Day.
Cancel it.
Just over.
Give it up. Just skip right over right on the 4th of July.
That's right.
Well, guys, this is the reboot. And again, we're on every other Thursday at 1:30 Eastern time.
Wednesday.
Is today Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right. That's our other meeting, right?
Yeah, that's
Thank you. Guys, I messed it up. We're here every other Wednesday at 1:30 Eastern time. Hope you can join the show. Thanks a lot. Take care, everyone. Bye.
All right. See you later.
See you guys.
Bye. So looks like Elena's getting her husband a Grillbot.
Go get him, Elena.
Gave her a good idea.